Hello, welcome to the Liberated Multitasker. Today is freeze-dried candy day. So I'm going to try a few things that I've already done but have not showed you, and then I'm going to try some new candies I've not tried before. I've done these before and I really like these. I'm doing airheads and I'm just cutting them up into thirds. So airheads and Jolly Ranchers I've done before, but I've not shown you. So let me go ahead and cut these. I picked up a few candies today to try that I've not tried before, so we'll put those on those trays as well. I have decided to sell freeze-dried candy. I can do that in the state of Alabama under the Alabama Food Cottage Law. I can sell directly to customers, and I can ship to an Alabama address. So I can also take orders online or by phone through text or email and then ship them as long as it is to an Alabama address. I'm also going to be participating in Rooster Day here locally in the town of Demopolis, Alabama. I have a booth and I am going to be building up my inventory for the candies I've decided to sell on that day. Right now I'm only going with 5. May do 6. There's another one I really like, but I have to figure out how to make that work. I've done a video with the Milk Duds and Skittles and gummy bears. I'm getting mixed results on the gummy bears, so I've decided not to do those. The Milk Duds are phenomenal to me. They taste like Sugar Babies. If you remember the Sugar Baby candy, but it's like a cotton candy version of that. It's really good. Here are the airheads. I'm going to try these crawlers, and I'm going to put those on the airhead tray and see how they work. You don't have to cut them in half, but I think I will. I was going to call my gummy bears, if they worked. I was going to cut them in half because they can get pretty big, and I want to be able to put a good many in my 5x8 bags. And I was going to call them heads or tails. I thought that was cute. So let's just do a few of these. I just did 2 little rows of 4 to see how these are going to turn out. Now I'm going to do some Jolly Ranchers. I bought this specifically to use to cut the Jolly Ranchers. I'm just going to go ahead and unwrap the ones that was left in this bag before I begin to cut them. And I'm just going to cut them in half because they get really big, but the flavor is very intense. But I have to say, because I love chocolate, so far the Milk Duds are my favorite. Now some of these candies I never really was crazy about as a kid, but I do like them freeze-dried. I have just had the best fun doing some of this candy. Now I did get my freeze dryer just for a better preserving method for my garden, which I have to say I made my deadline. We got the garden planted on Good Friday. I feel like the garden just about broke me, but we got it done. It's planted. Today I hope to take it a bit easy, but I do need to experiment with these candies and begin to build my inventory for Rooster Day. If you're in the area, Rooster Day is on April the 13th, Saturday from 9 to 4. There's going to be lots of clicking for me to get it right, so I'm going to probably silence that in a minute, but you can see just how easily they just cut them in half. I've heard the caramels are really good. Because I don't know how big these get, I'm going to try cutting these in half. Let me move these to the side as I do the other two. So I have not tried High Chews, Bits of Honey, or these fruit mementos. So I think I'm gonna put those on one tray and do the Starburst on another tray. I have lots of paper. So some of this is a little tedious. Some requires more effort than others. The Skittles, you just literally pour them out. Try not to get too many on a pan. Some of these, there's some unwrapping, some cutting, and that's okay because they turn out really good. All right, so first off, I'm going to try these High Chews. I've never even tried these before. Looks like I'll be opening these as well. Now these are smaller, so I don't think I'll have to cut these. So I'm going to try a few of the Bit of Honey. Let's try some mementos. Here we have Starburst, High Chews, Bits of Honey, Fruit Mementos, Soft Caramels, Jolly Ranchers, Crawlers, and Airheads. Let's get these in our freeze dryer. Okay, so I already have the candies in Cube Freeze Dryer. I have the Crawlers and the Airheads. This is my tray of 3 with the mementos, the Bits of Honey, and the High Chews. I think I got those a little too warm. The caramels have just about melted, and the Jolly Ranchers, and then my Starburst. So let's get this on candy mode. We'll hit start. Candy Express. I need to close my drain. My drain is closed, so I'll hit yes. The food has been inserted, yes, and hit start. And this will take about 2 hours and 22 minutes. Okay, so let's see what we have. This is the Crawler. It's okay, it's not my favorite. It's an Airhead. That's light and airy, that's really good. That's a Starburst, let's see how it does. That's still chewy, so see, it needs more time. The Starburst that I've got to do right before, it's like I've done them twice and then they got better. So this one's not, that one's not okay, and we'll try one more. But that one is. So a Starburst or hit and miss. This is half of a Jolly Rancher. Oh my goodness. That is so flavorful. Intense in a good way. That is really good. This is half of a caramel. That's really good. Really airy. That's awesome. So like this memento didn't do hardly anything. This memento puffed up a little bit. Let's try it. I couldn't bite into it and show you, so it's crunchy, kind of a little hard crunchy, but it wasn't chewy. But that seems to be a mixed batch, kind of like the Starburst. Some are crunchy and some are still chewy. This is half of a Bit of Honey. Let's check it out. That's light and airy. The texture is perfect. If you like these, you would love this. This is the right texture. It's not my favorite candy, but it freeze dried great. Now this is one of the high chews. Let's give it a try. It's a soft crunch. It's not chewy anymore. This freeze dried great. The flavor's real intense. That's good too. So the Starbursts that did good were real good, but I'm gonna consider them a fail because they were a hit and miss. The Mentos were a hit and miss. The caramels were excellent. The Jolly Ranchers were excellent. The Bit of Honey did great. The High Chews were great. The Airheads are good. And these did great, but they're not my favorite. So the ones I would do again are the caramels, the Jolly Ranchers, the Airheads, the High Chews. And if you like the Bit of Honey, I would do those. I have to work on these. I like these, but they're not consistent for me yet. So I hope that helps. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I really hope to see you soon.